Yes, good evening, friends. Welcome to the Traditional Farmers' Democracy. Inkersta layeth before us. Inkersta, the last town, the last settlement for us to embrace in our ways. Here, it's going to take a bit to get it going. Yes, let's see here. The construction office is the first thing that we're going to need. God damn it, this is a lot of work. Cheers. We have managed to get bricks and boards and steel here. We need work. Yes. Which means that we need to engage the local population. How are you supposed to do this, you imagined? Well, there is something... the idea is, of course, yes, to construct this town completely from the ground up. But it is not possible to do. It just isn't. You're gonna have to buy something. And at the very least, I'm going to have to buy a tiny bus stop or something. A bus stop of some description. And I think it's going to be tiny, and put it in somewhere here. I think that we'll have to, like, I mean, it's harsh to say, but some of the population here will not survive this first bout. I don't know any way else to do it, you know, but we'll do the simplest thing. Absolutely, the simplest thing we'll do. It's not in here. It's in here. It's a platform station and a tiny bus stop. Yes, it's quite a project to undertake in such a condition. Yes. Yes, I think I allowed myself to purchase the road. Now, there we go. We only need to drive a little bit to get here. Yes, how much things do you need? 20 work days, that's not a lot, but you do need a lot of stuff, some stuff. Not much. But you... yes... A huge construction office. Where is the button to add? It's not. You haven't. It's here. It's this one that you want. This is the work site. Yes, this is the work site. Here you build this one. Yes. I wonder how much I think we got a bit too much. It's quite a bit of people here. Yes, some will be. You see, they're already arriving to work. Yes, and there's no concrete or gravel or steel. If I do decrease the number of the... There's a place for 50 workers here. We don't need it right now. We need the things first. But do you still continue to go here, even though I've turned the workers down to naught? Yes, you do. Yeah, I hope so. Yes, you're heading for this building. A mixer concrete is coming. And you know, speaking of concrete, I wonder if the cement is it done? The cement plant? No, it's not done. But it was not cached in memory neither. There we go. Yes. Steel. You need... But there should be... I mean, yes, there is plenty right here. What's the problem? The trucks may have been out on a little adventure up to here. Yes. Yes, and this is going to be awkward as crap hell for these because the buses. I wonder, can you? Yeah, no, you cannot add a bus to go to an unfinished building, or can you? You ought to know. Yes, but I don't, apparently. So here we go. I don't think that you can. No, building is not finished. No, but you're a bus, and you can go to such a place. Yes, you know, people are not working here, no. Good. They are without job, and they are without issue, really, for the moment. Yes, this is going to take a very long time. Yes, it's 22nd of August of 1991. I mean, the Soviet Union will have, I'm sorry to spoil, spoiler alert, but yes, spoiler alert indeed. The Soviet Union is about to collapse, or is collapsing amongst us. And I think the 1.6 million of rubles worth, I mean, it's going to feel a little bit less maybe in the future. Or nothing will happen at all. It usually doesn't. Anyway, cement plant. How can you be missing steel? It's still the same reason as before. We don't have enough trucks. But you, yes, hello. I mean, they need a lot of it. Could you please bring a full load? Yes, load 100%. Don't stop or do anything. You load a full load now. It would be very helpful. I imagine, you know, a truck like this, a truckload of steel like this, that ought to take them. There ought to be a lot of work to bang in and shape to whatever it is. Yes, it's cement plant. Yes, bits and pieces for the cement plant. Yes, hello. Yes, that's good. That's a full load. Very nice, but it takes a ridiculous amount of stuff to build a cement plant, especially steel. Still 101 tons remaining. Yes, but 335, it's not bad. And I mean, it feels like ages ago that this was planned, and that's because of this fiddly stuff. These streets with lights. They are not possible to build in a timely manner. I mean, the paving is possible to do. Yes, it is proven. We see the evidence here. Yes, you can actually accomplish. Although. Oh, you're missing gravel. But there's tons of things related to you. 8 workers. As it is a little bit of a way. But here comes gravel. Fantastic. We got gravel. A bit, but we are nothing. Yes, we need to do something here. This needs to be augmented, you know. More trucks of this that does this job. And here is where we keep. Yes, here is where we keep them. That's it. And we'd want a dumper. We don't appear to have any dumpers laying about. No. I suppose we're buying then. Buying dumpers, yes. Or I could move them from somewhere. Yes, I don't need. But that's a lot of. No. buy a dumper. Yes. Why are you focusing attention on this? Because it's lacking in dumpers, and I think it needs 2 more. Yes. There we go. Start. Perhaps I should have investigated how much is a license to build a dumper. You think? I mean, we could just forget about something like this. Yes, that's 6 million. Yes, but I suppose if we just say to hell with that and ship a whole lot of nuclear fuel, a whole lot, you'd need to ship like a tiny amount. Yes, and we could do that. No, though, selling the nuclear fuel. Yes, but there is we have something here. Yes, we have something here. Look at this. There is a lot of sellers here. I'm not quite sure that we need it at the moment. No. Let's see here. What can we do? Only university education. Prefer younger. Prefer higher. Right. More than 75%, there is no one. Any. Prefer higher. Okay, I don't know. Any, sure. Occupancy of car parks. Okay, I don't have any car parks yet, so we'll see what happens. However, open house, there should be. Must have, as I do have open house. And you sent the dumpers off? I think so. I think so. Anyway, open house. Yes, we have open house here. Yes, you already go there to do load up on vehicles. Now instead, you go here to Hansasina car dealer. Look at this place. It has flags hanging about and everything. Yes, new stop here. Nothing. I don't know. We're not going to sell you. No, exactly. You read it wrong. There we go. You go there, you load up on the vehicles. You don't go there, and there you go. Let's see what happens. Parking lots near no parking lots near residential buildings. Right, that's the first issue. I mean, yes, I have tried the car mechanic before. It's hopeless, It's absolutely of no use whatsoever. I'm sorry, it's comically bad. In fact, it is. Cheers. Large parking lot. Uses 3 megawatt hours a day. What the hell are they doing? Are they all electric cars charging up? No, they're not. Because I have, plenty of gas stations and things. Need. Yes. Parking lot. We want that a bit out of the way here. Here, for example. Wonder where you'll be driving. Because everything is within walking distance. Yes, you can. Wait, let's not make it too convenient. Well, no, they will have to walk a ways of way to get there for now anyway. Yes, there we go. 3 megawatt hours a day to keep a parking lot going. Anyway, no cars to sell. Yes, we're coming. They are coming. I think they should be coming very soon. Oh, the BMWs are the ones to go. It's worth $80,000 or 145,000 rubles. Yes, they are worth a lot in the east. There, these Western vehicles. There we have cars ready to sell. I mean, does the concept of buying exist? Buying and selling really exist for the citizens here? Don't think it does. It's not supposed to. Yes, you should have been read or something. There we go. Now we have cars, at least. That's something. But there is still no parking lots near residential buildings. That will be a while. But then there is only one parking lot. Where will they go? I don't know. The plan? Yes, we have a plan. It is serious business. Serious plan is serious business. Here. And here. Or have we gotten the stuff here yet? No. Nothing has arrived. It is a long drive out here. But they're coming at least. Right. Yes, they're on their way. With everything. Yes, that we need. A whole lot. Yes, 1 ton of asphalt. It's nothing, but there are 3 things, and they are very far away. Driving on empty here, 1. But here they are. Or 1. Yes, they're coming, finally. Yes, because this is not reasonable whatsoever to do. But I don't know how else to do it. So I need to transport the workers to the construction site. Yes. And there's no other way to do that than from a construction office. And the construction office is what I'm trying to construct. And the closest one is 1,000,000 kilometers away. Yes. Yes, and even though we just need a very tiny amount of things, yes, I think it was around, it was August, mid-August or something, that we started this, wasn't it? Yes, it is. It is not quick. Come on then. Yes, we have. You still need steel, but you're finished. You have all the stuff that you need for the groundworks. That's good. I will bring a few people in here. These people are quite doomed, I think. that will work here, as it is not something we do lightly. This. Yes, you, for example. Hello. Vera and Olenka here. Current demands are to pray. That's good. I mean, you're fine. You are a bit hungry, but you're not bad. You live to be 83 at current rate, and now you come to work here. 10 people have showed up. Very good. It is running here. 16 workers. Okay. Yes, should we increase maybe? No. It will take forever anyway. It doesn't matter. Right, and pardon me. Yes. Now after working one day, Vera here has gotten a sudden demand, yes, demand is what it says, to drink alcohol. Both of them got a demand to drink alcohol. They will not be able to do that. And food, of course. Yes, there we go. Yes, that's what happens when they have worked, and they're not going to be able to satisfy that demand. No, they will be very unhappy, and they will either starve or leave. Most likely leave. Yes, we're running on a hard setting for the citizen reaction, So they leave. When things start going bad, they pack up and leave quite massively. Last year, escapes, yes, 1,234. But there was also a lot of deaths, that went up too. That's what happens when you cannot. But now we're doing good. Now we're booming. Apparently, yes. Pardon the frog. Yes, what we're going to do? There's nothing we can do. I'm sorry, Olenka. I really hope that you live till we get the store and food in. But 6th of September 1998 will be a couple of months to do this. Yes, it's a bit different to have the money completely still, but still having lots of stuff going on in your thing. Yes, I suppose that one day we'll just stop building and make all the money if we want. You're building a locomotive incredibly slowly. Yes. But one is finished. Look here. We have. And here we have locomotives and trains coming out of all over the place. Very good. It's about time that we got electronics into here. Really. Electronics onto the... No, there is no need. Although we should get distributing the electronics before building the radio station and the television station, so that the population is prepared to receive the culture and the happiness. I mean, for such a small thing, I think that this is taking a very long time. Yes, now we'll have no workers again, please. Yes. There we go. Goodbye with this. There is nothing. Here it is. Yes, 550 kilograms of steel. Yes. A bit overkill of a truck here. Where are you going? It's called Inkersta. It's very, very far away. I hope you have fueled up. Yeah, you're pretty good on the fuel there. Yes. These roads, they are just slow, is what they are. And this is interesting. Here, I mean, why wouldn't you just do a little connection here? Because we don't really, here's nothing. No. Then there's also, yes, there's this place. This is a bit, this is disused or unused. Yes, it's lacking an electrical connection, fortunately, and it is at the side of a mountain, a bit of a hill. But still, I mean, it would be completely possible to get trains out and in and out of here. Yes, it is a bit uneventful, this railway. It's just it's a bit too easy, this. Yes, on the stock map you had to, original map maybe I should say, you had to work for it, to get to get it in. But here, where are you going? I have not going anywhere. I mean, this is not something that we're doing. Why should we be doing this? We already have this. It is awful enough as this. As it is. I mean, it is awful enough as it is. Look at this mess. No, it is working like clockwork. It is just a little bit slow. But we don't mind. It's completely fine. Because it wouldn't make any difference to get anything into here. I mean, once we get... Yes, imagine when we have here this thing, for example. This is very complicated to build. And we're going to have to drive all the things in. We can't. We cannot. To get gravel, we need this and this thing, and it's just not possible. It's just not possible when it comes down to it. And look at the tiny bus stop. It's not finished yet. I think I'm going to have to give up on this. Yes. 5 years this will take. I mean, is it any use to get... Oh, that is so far away. Well, it is... I mean, there's a construction office about here. But you could argue that it is no worse than this one. No, it isn't. They're busy building a parking lot. How are they doing? They should be busy building a parking lot, at least. Where is it? I don't remember. It's around here somewhere. There's a map in the way. Here it is. Or will be. When the road is finished. That's a good thing. Maybe I bought that. Did I? Oh. Yes, you're going to get to help on something very far away. Here. And you could get going. Why not get... you can't get going on this. No, this is the only thing that we need. I mean, at this stage. Yes. But how are you going to get gravel into here? That's not possible. But, I wonder here. Let's see now. Oh, there is a road connection on this side. Yes. Let's use a mud road onto there. Yes, now we can get started on this one. Very good. And because I was thinking that if maybe if you would park up a train in here with gravel on board, that maybe you could use it as a source for gravel. I don't know, but maybe. We can test. We start. We can test that by going over here, for example. What was it that you wanted to do again? Yes, the test if a construction office, such as this one, not as the vehicle, but such as this one, the source is without steel. That's very poor. Such as this one. Could get, then I cannot test it here. And this is not the right thing. You'd want an unloader. Yes, an unloader. Then we go here. Oh, the cement factory is complete. Fantastic. But I'm just going to test out something here. Say gravel. Yes. Could you please? Yes, you can. Excellent. Not going to click, but it's good. Very good. Oh, we might stand a chance. Yes. When we have the gravel, we can get the roads. And when we have the roads, we can get the rest of the things. That's a strategy. Yes, but it is 2-3 years. Or something. Yes, it's not so hopeful. Is the tiny bus stop finished yet? Where is it? Here, it's not finished. The steel truck has not arrived yet. Oh, here comes a road crane. You really don't, I mean, for 7 work days. Oh, you're going to the construction office. That's good. Then you're doing good. And this is not doing anyone any favors though, because there is no chance that a bus with passengers is going to make it all this way. It's not quick. But then again, this is what the game is about when you play it this way. It is. Look at this. Here we have a little thing doing some work. Very nice. Water workers here. Very good. Yes, of course, the rail must be finished as well. Without it, there is really not much use for anything here. Yes, and then there is also a little interesting thing in that the gravel is here, and we're going to get it up to here. But this bit of railroad is not complete yet, so it's going to be a long way to go. But it ought to be possible. It ought to be possible. Yes, something. When this is finished, if this ever gets finished. Yes, if you prioritize the right things here, you just would happen to do this. You wouldn't. There is no chance. And here, how are you doing? 16 tons of asphalt. That sounds good. 16 tons of gravel. Very good. 11 tons of concrete. 11 tons. This is what we're talking about. Oh, straight through town with the asphalt. Very nice. And right behind the bus of workers. Very good. Good driving. The bus ought to have a bit better acceleration than one of these trucks, fully loaded. Cheers. But the Pabst Blue Ribbon, there are a lot of windows. Yes, cheers. It's not too bad, you know. Svetlana, yes. the aftertaste is a bit, I don't know what to say, it's different somehow. Maybe it's because it's American. Yes, anyway, you're going to take a very long time to get to your destination there. 134 liters of 87 of fuel. Right. Good luck. Yeah, so we have railroad, but we cannot use the railroad. It requires so much infrastructure to unload things, the resources. That's the problem. So, well, once we get this done, come on. Oh, there are resources on the. How long has this been going on? We have resources. Come on, we need 7 work days. This is going to be quick. Have you worked before? Yes, you were demanding food and alcohol. You have not worked before, though. Lärka kollrova. And it's about to be finished. Okay. Kasinshad, huge construction office. Yes. Now we're going to do something silly here. Now we're going to tell you to get your workers from here. And I think it's enough to get them triggered for their demands if they just show up to wait at the bus platform. It's not finished. No, but it's going to be very soon. Yes, no, she went home. There we go, it's finished. Yes, your source of workers are here. And only workers, but yes, workers needs to be waiting there before it would send the bus out. Now workers are waiting. Now I cannot limit the amount of workers that wait, unfortunately. So there will simply be as many as are in range, which are a few. I mean, maybe we could cut this off. Let's see. You don't want to use this tool. This is a bit dangerous. Yes, really. We're going to. Yes, this should be safe. Yes, you see, it worked. 49 workers. Okay, but they can still walk to this place. Can't delete one or more vehicles. Well, okay, fine. We'll use the careful tool here. There we go. Now, did that make it? You can still walk. Damn it. No, you can. Yes, you can walk to this bit. I don't think I can make it so that you won't. I cannot save you. Not unless I disconnect you from everything. That will not help. But yes, let's see here. Let's take one. You already had demands. You had no demands earlier, right? Because if this isn't bad for them, if this doesn't trigger them, then it's fine. The instance that the worker was unemployed. But did the bus already arrive? What was that? How did that get here so quickly? When the truck with the steel took like weeks. Where do you get your steel from? Katzinshad, open storage. Yes, finally. We have workers here. This is a momentous occasion. Will it even be finished? No. Won't be finished on this shift. But yes, that's a lot of things, a lot of workers that are waiting here. They will be... No, it didn't. It didn't trigger. Then it's fine, you know. If they can wait at the bus platform and not get hungry. As you have no needs, neither do you. Neither do you. But you will. Oops, no. Continue. The huge construction office. No, it won't be finished. They're starting to drop off here. No, and also it's another. There's another. What do you call it? Phase. Yes, phase of the construction. Which is to, which is to get, which is to get steel and boards in to do the final touches. But it sounds like a bus is coming. The bus is coming. 2 workers on board. That's strong. You know, you had a little bit of unfortunate timing. Yes, and then I suppose you're going to drive all the way back to the construction office in Katzinshad to do this as 2 workers. If you would just go here again. Now there are 37 people waiting here. Yes. You actually... It worked like that. This puts things into a whole different perspective. This sheds new light and hope on the situation. Yes, it does. I mean, if you can be doing this for a bit, but you're going to need to go and get fuel, I suppose, but this is great. This is going to be finished any minute now. Or day, but yes, I mean the turmoil when the Soviet Union is tearing apart here, it's not really affecting us. No, we're going on. Though it would feel a bit awkward to build, you know, something like this here. Yes, it would. I mean, Inkersta, if it is going to support 1 radio station and 1 television station, and it's going to need a university, and it's going to need, I think it's going. This place is going. God damn it! This place is going to need public transportation, and a huge, a huge shopping center. Yes, it's going to have to be one of those very large towns. No. if you're going to do anything useful with this radio station and the electronics. Well, I suppose it is. Now, if you maybe well, they finished with the groundworks. Now, of course, not. But we could have workers here too. As you, Hans Asino, huge construction office. You know, you get your workers from this place too. Yes, Inkersta, but please don't drive any workers from Inkersta over to. No, you don't work. You're not working on anything else at the moment. Very good. Inkersta train get unloading. Yes. No, so we couldn't build one of those. And what else is there? I mean, quality of flats is 82% here. That's not 77%. 94. What's this? It's 100. What is this? I have never seen or. This little thing, 162 workers, really? Okay. 93%, this is also a nice one. This is tiny. 12 workers, yes. Yes, we're gonna have the old classic here. This was what I used playing this game earlier. It was, I think it was the most like, it felt the most like a good middle ground with the buildings that were available at the time for everything. And they're awful. They're just so goddamn ugly. And we're not building any more of those. But this could be an option, yes. That could definitely be an option. We don't need to build prefab things, monstrosities. No, but here, if we have a look at the cities here that we have, say of, okay, Polochevo, no adult children, but Polochevo is coming up. Antsasino, the city hall accounting office cannot provide data. That's poor. You don't have any adult children either. Where are the adult children? They cannot be in Katzinshad. No way. Molna. They cannot provide data. Come on. What's the matter with you? De saliga. As if I don't have one of those in Katzinshad. No, that's right. But okay, I mean, it was looking up slightly here. Why with this? Yes, it was looking up slightly with the bus. Now the bus is gone, and unfortunately, it is not finished. The bus is going for a refuel. Is there something heading here? Oh, there are 2 buses heading for this building. A decent amount of fuel. I hope they'll do the same trick, otherwise they will not be of that much help. Right. I think the railroad will be finished before. But it is not certain that I may have to ask them to go this way somehow. That will be helpful. That's also a while from now. What can we do in the meantime? It's the end of the Soviet Union. We cannot skip forward here. It's interesting times. Well, yes, you're doing reasonable things, I think. The mechanical components distributor. Yes, they have not had completely their fill, but they have slowed their use. Oh, you're soon finished with the second one. It is. I mean, sooner or later you get there, even at this rate. And where are all my Mercedeses? Are they are all here. Okay. That's quite a bit. Of course, that you that you got there. Yes, I think that you could be finished now. Yes, could you unload these back to the factory? I don't suppose you could unload. No, you didn't want to do that, did you? Factory, come on, take them back. Or I could put them in here, maybe. Because the factory is not going to accept them back. There, unload 100% of anything, and then you can go back to here. 200,000 rubles for 3 of them. That sounds pretty valuable. Good value. Yes, very cheap, very affordable. How many could we buy? Our entire nation here. We could buy not that many. And we are 15,000 people. Yes, but we couldn't buy more than a few for but we haven't been able to make more than a few for everyone. And there you go, they are full now. Yes. No reachable parking lots. There are no or fewer sellers than required. Okay, so you have now realized here that, hey, there's a parking lot, but there is no other parking lot to go to from this one. Cars in ready to sell and cars in storage. Okay. Progress of selling the car. What is this? I'm not sure that this makes any sense whatsoever. Hans seen a car dealer here. Progress, is it really that difficult to give away a car? But I know we're going to need more parking spaces. They are probably going to drive out here somewhere. Here we can have a parking lot. A large one, sure. Yes. And now you have buyers in queue 15. I mean, how quickly are they going to go? Yeah, buyers in queue now. Well, okay. Buyers in queue. But there are no sellers or what? There we go. Now, one. But the parking lot is not finished yet. What are you going to do? It is apparently very difficult. But you're not actively waiting in queue here. No, you just filed something. Only the educated and going to the pub. Progress of selling next car. Okay, now there are fewer sellers than required. And then eventually you'll get the vehicle here. Somehow. Yes, a lot of paperwork maybe to change owner of the car, you know. And it is a new thing here for us. And of course we will get to see the fantastic car mechanic in action. But it is supposed to have changed. They are supposed to be able to go a little bit further now than before. Yes. Now I think they can travel 2 kilometers. Should we try if we could man a place like this? We're not using this though for anything. It's not really any use. Yes, but maybe we could. And the rock crusher here, no, they are full. And this might be less than 2 kilometers, or is it more? Here to here, it might work. But I suppose that is if you're on paved road, and if you are on gravel road, you'll probably take a penalty somehow. But we could try. We could just see what happens, if anything. Parking lot, small. Just how small is a small parking lot? It's actually quite small. We could maybe even get it here. Yes, we could. And you had space for how many cars was it possible to park? It doesn't say. It says how many resources take to build, but not what the capacity is. No, it doesn't make a difference if you pay for it or not. I suppose we'll see. Do you think anything has happened up here? No, but you know what? What has happened is that happened before. This is finished. And they have workers. We need to get coal in here. They are missing coal, and then we have cement. That's quite something. And the kindergarten has electricity again. Okay, fine, very good. I have not happened to prepare. No, we only have gravel. We're going to need coal as well. So for that, we're rolling out a brand new train. Yes. Well, it's been sitting in here for a while, but it is brand new. And yes, we're going with the full length. Yes, about here, if it's possible to click. Yes, you go to. It's not finished yet. It still isn't finished. What the hell is this? It's because of steel mill. It's 38 workers. It's because steel mill, and it's because train is sitting in steel mill. Maybe, or it's because truck is standing in steel mill. Quite possibly. But you're about done now. And now, if we have a look here, if we could fit the it's even named coal transporter. Fantastic. But it's not ready to be used. Now steel is getting everything, and you still, yes, the source is without steel. I mean, you cannot be hanging around here then. You need to go. Meanwhile, in Oskarshamn, how much steel do they have? Absolutely nothing. Okay. That's not good, because we build railroad also, in addition to cars and things. Yes, how much steel here is here? They're good. Here they're good. Yes, here everyone is full. Very good. We will send an express train to Oskarshamn. 156 tons of steel. And now then, would you please have steel available here? Yes. The source of workers is empty. It is not assigned. It has never been for this one. This one does the work here. Road 1550. What's this? Yes, it's the conveyor belt, of course. But this has taken so long. So we still need more workers in the steel mill. Why? Is it always a problem here? Because of these bus stops, and because you don't have a proper bus platform, and also because you're spreading the workforce too thin. Oh, right then. Yes, that's where it is. I think it's here that we have all the. No, we have no adult children. Where are they? Meat. 530. It's starting to build up again a bit. Slow down or something. Slightly. Not much, but a little bit. Could also be because the population has decreased a bit. How much was it at peak? 17,400. Yes. Well, a bit more than 2,000. Less mouths to feed. Yes, it makes a big difference. No clothing. Where's all the clothing gone? It's on the train, of course. Where else would it be? Yes, here. Clothing train. Yes, 47 tons. And then it's all spread out all over the place. 24 tons. Yes, we're pretty good, well set for clothes for the foreseeable future. What are you doing? Okay, you're going to Polochevo. Interesting. How badly do they still have a little bit? Yes, that's good. Fine. It's taking a while. Yes, it's taking a ridiculous while, long time. But you wouldn't happen to be bringing workers in here now? Yes, you would. But it's missing concrete. Yes, the diggers that have apparently made it here, they have exhausted the resources available. That's poor timing. And there's already been a bus. You could be going here instead. Where's here? Okay, you're still missing steel too. Building in route plan. Yes. You're going home. You're coming out. Yes. How far have you gotten? It's still quite a long way to go. I'd say about a quarter of the way, or a third, maybe. That's a third would be. No, it's a good halfway almost. Almost halfway. It's not the roads here are not that great. Road. This is still not finished. I think that what's going on here? Why will this not be completed? There are 10 workers. There is no asphalt. A dumper is heading here. Dumper. 5.1 tons of asphalt. It's very, very soon to be finished. It went quite well until we got to this part. So I don't think that we have any traffic on this road anymore. But there is a nice bridge. Yes. Very nice. In fact. Did you manage to produce steel for the construction business? I mean, how much steel do you need here in the electrical? You're missing steel, you say. You seem to, we require plenty of mechanical components, it would appear. Maybe we should decrease slightly. We have slowed down production in the vehicles industry after all. Yes, we will slow down this quite a bit, in fact, and therefore let the steel pile up, get prioritized eventually to other things. Now, if you could just go here. Although that was unnecessary because it was this one that was being loaded. Interesting. Or not very, maybe, but now you're going. No, you're not. But 60%. Fine, soon you're going. Yes, then we'll have coal. At least let us get coal on the railroad. This hasn't gotten anywhere. No workers or mechanism. But now you have the steel and the boards. Yes, the bus was about halfway here, like 2 minutes ago, and we can see if we have had a train accident. No. Maybe when I removed this bit of railroad, that solved it. Not that it was a problem with this, really, but it made, maybe removing that bit prevents the train from doing that. It also effectively prevents them from using this train diesel station. But apparently they're managing without. Aren't you coming in here? No, you went in on the other way, of course. Yes, you would. A very busy railroad we have. Hello, gravel train. You are soon going to get to go soon. I say soon. It's not really soon. It is a long time from now. You're going to get to go on a journey all the way up here, and here you're going to get to stay for a while. Unload. How much we cannot see how much it has. That's fine. It's full, of course. It's waiting at the unload place. I think. Yes. Here, they are still missing concrete. Mixers and dumpers are on the way. Yes, very good. Very good. I mean, should we take a break and come back later and see how far they've gotten, maybe? Yes, this is really started. This is already started. Already. Yes, 1 hour and 10 minutes almost, but anyway, this is high drama here, or not. Nothing really is going on. It is very, very, very uneventful. This place is really happening, though. We have a lot of workers here. Or people, the past days, this is not good. you have obviously been working. It's dangerous, you know. You are better off. You have not been working. This food, meat, culture, sport, 19% happiness, 46% food, 82% have. I don't think that you'll stay long. Stay around for long. But at least they don't starve to death. That's good. They flee, as we say. They emigrate is what they do. Yes. And it's fine. Yes. If they want to leave, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to live in the traditional farmers' democracy, though. It's such a nice place. Just look at the electrical wires that we have here. We could look at the supply we have. We can do this, and it will respond instantaneously. It won't, because this is not built. Yes, if it was built or rebuilt, yes, if this was finished, we could have demonstrated the awesome power of the nuclear power plant. But right now we cannot. I hear a bus coming. Yes, finally, the last. How many work days? 77 work days are remaining. Yes, I think that these 25 might just make it with the help of this here crane. Then we get to decide, make the exciting decision. Yes, it's very exciting. Where to get the gravel from? Do we get it from? I mean, we have gravel here-ish, but not proper gravel. No, proper gravel, the closest place is here. It just is. That's still via railroad, but that will have to do. That will be your source of everything, except for workers. Oh, it's about to be complete. There, it's very undramatic. It's just there we're finished, you know. Now, workers here. And now this is fine. We don't need to stress about this, apparently. That since when they're not working, they don't. They can wait at the bus platform every day. Oh, hello, Katincha. There, now you're in memory. Very good. I mean, everything basically here. Yes, all of that stuff. Very good. Gravel. Here. Yes, asphalt. From the asphalt plant, and concrete from the concrete plant, and mechanical components from the warehouse, and electrical components also from the warehouse. Yes, you don't have anything. And we're going to be very, very careful with what it is. We do not auto-search and clear all. Please, you can't clear all. But I'm going to have to do this again, because I only want this. There we go. Roads. Yes, that's all you're going to do, first of all. Okay. And for this purpose, we need dumpers. Many dumpers. And dumpers, we already looked. There were none. There were none. They are not really available. They are very expensive too. But maybe I don't care if they are not available. They are what we need. And not see if I can buy a whole lot of them. That's all it is. That's all the money. And excavator. Yes, maybe we should do good in holding on to the dollars here, considering the times and such. Excavator. Yes, fine. It's old. It's good. we need a few. And, well, maybe I don't want you to be auto-searching anything. Actually, I shall decide. Now you should... Do you have enough to build roads now? Yeah, you should have a bulldozer or two as well. But I think that they do sort of the same thing as a digger accomplishes in this case. Oh, the noise is coming from here. The concrete has arrived. Yes, that's something that we're going to need as well. Concrete. Mixers. Expensive. Why aren't you out getting gravel? Because there is nothing for them to build. Right. Because we need to prioritize. This is very important, for example. Therefore, we built this road. And then this is important, but you cannot help. We have a mud road out there now. We don't need to prioritize that one then. We can prioritize this. Yes, they have 3 dumpers in total. We can have 3 roads. This is micromanagement to a whole different degree. You know, you're actually managing the project here of building these roads. In this one, that's for the what's this? An oil tank. So we're going to need that too. Yes. Right. Yes, this bit. Well, that's the 3rd one. Very good. Then you're going to do. But yes, then the problem is, you know, to get the gas station, we need electricity to get it to do anything useful. Ah, goddamn it! It's just not possible. It's just torture and murder. This is. No, it was different down in Katzinshad. There we had a chance because it was actually within reach of here Sarnakova and Osalia. No, sort of. It was very good in reach. This was a good place to build. You still coal. How are we doing on this? We're doing quite lovely on this though. Plenty of trains. They all look the same. Yes, it's very expensive to build other kinds. The mechanical components transporter. They really only need you in Oskarshamn of any great quantity. And what do you do? The electrical components. Yes, those are in great demand here. Now, we also have a little bit more gravel. Yes, we have many more dumpers. If they made it. I didn't send them off. Crap. I didn't. You see these? No. Where are they? Heading to this building. I didn't send them off. Okay, there are 4 of these here around somewhere. 1, 2, 3. There's one more somewhere. Yes. Number of workers, 6 out of 50. Yes, it is very, 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 very slow. Can we do something? You know, maybe the second parking lot has been finished. You never know. It has been finished. Have they managed to sell a car? I think they have. This one, you think that you're about to be sold. I mean, all of a sudden, the what should we call it? The concept of ownership. Here we have one happy owner here of a BMW E34. Lev Alesnarovic, yes. You have lots of electronics too. We are currently distributing electronics here, yes. You're living the good life, aren't you? And you're very happy. You're not drinking. And you're driving. Where are you going? Or traveling in vehicle? Next stop is heading in car to Anzasino 15x10 end cap. And he parked here. There. He drove. Where do you live? How far away is your parking space? It is a bit of a ways away. Okay, and then you went out again, walking to Hansasino shopping center. You should have taken the car, you know. Own a car. Will you ever use it? No. I mean, we could build a parking lot out by the vehicles factory. Why would you? It's already overfilled with reset owners. Sounds rather mean. But I don't think that they ever drive these. There is nowhere for them to go. They can only go here. And why would you? And you can see here, view reachable parking lots. Not even that one. Why is... Seriously, that one, the other one, this one. This is too far away. No, I was looking at the wrong place. No, I wasn't. You see, this, seriously, that's too far away. It can only go to, it can't even go to the car. It can only, 732 meters. You can be bothered to drive. Seriously, what is the point? None whatsoever. If they cannot drive from here to here, if that's too great a distance, they won't drive out here. I mean, this is not an unreasonable commute. This definitely isn't. This really ought not be a impossible commute. Although this is apparently too long. See, regional parking lots, only that one. This one is too long, far away. How could that be? Here goes another happy owner of a car that they will never use. Because they can't be bothered driving more than 1 kilometer or something along those lines. That is just ridiculous. Very annoying. Pointless. Yes, we'll just build cars for posterity. That was the point all along, after all. Although not for posterity, but for very serious business, is this railroad. It's not assigned to construction office. Why wouldn't it be? Because... no, it wouldn't be. It ought to be. We're going to have to go and get the construction office. It is very far away. It is not volunteering to do this, apparently. Nothing. Okay. Let's go and have a look. If you wouldn't mind doing this. Yes, very good. And then continue here eventually. The bus is coming to get workers from the town to work on this, I would suppose. But you're still missing concrete all the time. 17 tons remaining. That's 2 trucks. 11 tons you might be bringing once you get here. You have already been okay. Yes, it's going to have to be a break here. This is just so slow. No, wait a minute. If this would be finished, it is not. As you know, when this is finished, we get to see some action. Because we get to put an enormous train on the railroad, and that might well cause some issues. Where is the steel going at this moment? Oh, the train is in. Of course it is. Yes, then you're blocking again. You can't get out of here. Yes, go for your round. Oscar, how much? They're empty already. And you're in here empty also, the train. We sent you express. What the hell are they doing with it? Turning it into cars. Mostly. But not a lot of cars. And not a lot of trains. It's very soon finished. The locomotive. Well, at this rate they can't be using much steel. Where is it all going? You, for example, what are you doing? You're going to the vehicle production thing. Right, now it must be time. This must be the time where we move to the second nuclear waste storage. No, it's not full. 3 left. 3 more we can store in here. You're heading to the reactor plant even. Where are you? Mercedes. You're going for a gravel quarry. You're doing 110 kilometers an hour. Straight through town. Very good. Yes, good work. Very nice overtaking. Oh, you can make out the star. Yes, you can. Wish we could zoom in a bit more, but we cannot. 15 engine RPM here, cruising at 110 kilometers an hour. That is quite a power reserve that we got. This one. Ever so slowly we are gaining on us. But I don't think that we'll overtake here. Especially not now. No, but look at this road. This, again, is this Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, or is this something else? The building is on fire. Well, it is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Large aggregate, thank you for confirming. The large aggregate storage in Sayov. What do we have here? This is the uranium storage. Oh, I really hope that this doesn't spread any radiation around. It doesn't. It does though register something here now, doesn't it? Yes, out here it is pretty dead. And here it is. A little bit something is happening to it. If you wouldn't mind putting out this fire. All of this is safe though. Yes, very good. It's not too bad, but it's very unnecessary to have this going on. Come on then. You're struggling with this. I can see. That's not good. Sayov fire station 2. Would that happen to be you? No. It would be someone else. Do I have more than one fire station here? Apparently yes. I mean, this is not going well. This is going very poorly. Where is this second fire station? Is this one? Yes, come on, people. We need like many more workers in here to get this fire under control. Are they doing it? Just about, I think. Yes. They managed to turn the tide on the fire. Maybe. It's very close. It would not hurt to have a few more workers here. Oh, it's not getting worse. No. Not getting worse. I don't know what to say. This is burning down, almost. That's not good. But it's, yes, now they got it under control. Very good. Excellent work. There. And up here... nothing's happening. Gravel has not arrived. You're heading here. 9.5 tons of gravel. Oh, yes, the fire was extinguished. Oh, nice. Yes, I'm going to hit the pause button here. You know, see you again very soonish. Soon, yes, very soon. Yes, and we resume just like that. And it is the 20th of December of 1991, so I thought we'd have to be here for the dissolution of the Soviet Union. But we're not really, we're not that bothered about it, actually. But what we're bothered about is this, and this is not happening. You know, and this construction office, it didn't help because they ran out of fuel before they could take care of this, and this is now not assigned to a construction office at all. No, we need to get this little gas station built, and I think the people who are going to do it are going to be here. From here, not the people, but the machinery and the resources. Yes, this is going to be taken care of very soon. I'm just going to get them started on this bit over here. Yes, let's teleport back. It's a very long way here. Now, why do I always, every time I click the wrong one, there, yes, gas station. Although that's not going to help anything, because to have use for that we need electricity. Yeah, I suppose electricity could be the exception then. Ah, damn it. I mean, we need to get something. If we're going to build the electricity too, it's... well, where is it? Anyway, the substation. Here's a switch. Here's an electrical substation. Okay. It's this is the one that you intend to use. No, there must be one over here. It's just not quite visible at the current time. No, it's very difficult to see. That takes them away. Here it is. Where does it go? Here. There is this one. But this is not going to cover all of this stuff. Oh. What were you thinking here? I'm not finished with the electricals. Obviously. Oh. So I suppose we put up the electrical substation. Yes. Somewhere. Here. In here. I don't muck about with this too much now. Just get it done. Here. Fine. Or quite probably not fine. Oh. But anyway, that's no, never mind. That will be done when it gets done. You know, we're in no rush. The 23rd of December, as Christmas is upon us. We should go and get the train, yes, because now the building is finished. And pardon me for just 1 second here. I need to do me one of these. Well, the saving bit was not so important. It's the noise. That is important. Right. Rail. Thing, train, going, rail, going, thing, train. Yes, the coal transport. Here we have coal available on the railway. Yes. Yes. Tap water. It really is the best drink, you know. Very good value. Let's see here. Yes, we want to be a bit specific and probably not want you to load 100%. Or why not 660 tons, we have that available, I think. And then you go here, there, and you wait until unloaded. Very important. Do you wait till loaded? Maybe. What do you do for now? Coal, yes. Very nice. Now this is the longest train we have, without any doubt. This still isn't signaled properly, this bit, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh yes, it is signaled. It still is signaled the right way. It is not very signaled. Never mind. The train will make it out. It works. But the railways here are not very great. No. They work, sort of, sometimes. Except for when trains do silly things, such as turning around on their own free. By their own volition. Not free. Against the rules. That's a long train. That's nice. That certainly is better. That's more like it, yeah. Yes. It is as a coal train is going by the nuclear power plant. Very. It's quite lovely. Go along here. Yes. Oh, the cooling tower and the sunlight. Yes, it's totally worth it. It might mess up all of the rail network. We haven't seen just yet what sort of mayhem this would may cause. I really hope that you choose wisely where you do fuel up. Some places may not be suitable. But I would think that you'd be on your way to you do it over here in Molna if you know what's good for you. Yes, you might be on your way. So here we have a roundabout. This is nice. Here the trains don't get any silly ideas. This is good. Very well organized. Well working. Although the train did not choose to refuel here. No, instead it is going to do it later. Well, it is. Well, this I like this bit of the railroad. Yes, over this hill here. It's quite steep, but it's very nice. Did we manage to keep the speed? Yes, we did. And the train articulates so nicely now on these here curvy bits. Yes. Although this is a bit too smooth, actually. Yes, this is too smooth. I mean, it's incredibly nice and smooth, but it's. There is a little bit of stuff in it that makes it yes, I wish they would have could remove the limit, or change it on the length of trains. That is, so that we could have even longer trains. they would look very nice. But maybe it's deep in there, the length of a train. It would not be surprising if it was. Yes, are we going to refuel now then? Yes, eventually you will, but you're going past Polochevo first here. Oh, it's pretty nice. Go for refuel. No, that's not here. That's later. That's after the roundabout. Yes, and it isn't on the roundabout. No, it isn't. It's after the roundabout. Because this is the roundabout. There are many trees here. It's a long way. Well, that's part of the charm. It's moving the resources around here. Well, we have here steel. Polochevo steel. 31 workers. It's a disappointing amount, or a very low amount. Yes, here we go. Very nice. And are we really going to get a full load? How much coal did we have available? Huh, quite a bit. Yes, we'll take it. We won't need to come back here in 5 years. Oh, with the Happy New Year's 1992. I sort of got distracted there during the formal dissolution of the Soviet Union. But yes, the free land of the traditional farmers, the Traditionella Bonde Demokratin, or TBD, it may be changed, but something like that is hereby proclaimed. Yes, the independent land, yes, tradition, farmer, democracy, and so on. No one is objecting. Very good. See, last year, 1 million rubles I managed to spend. 1.1. Most of it is vehicles. It says cement. It's a thing of the past. As soon as this train arrives, not as soon as, but when the train arrives, yes, it is going to be a thing of the past. I think the reason the train stopped there was it said, hey, I need fuel. Where do I go? I go there, okay. 326 tons left. And a little bit of water building here, not much, but the tiny amounts. Electrical components, how did that happen? That may have been a mistake, something that is not supposed to happen. Because, we have electrical components coming out. They're everywhere. How exactly do you get supplied with electrical components? From the Schweiz Medium Distribution Office? And where do you get your electrical components from? It wouldn't happen to be the... no, it's not the border. Okay then. Here there are no vehicles. No vehicles. I don't know where it gets them. Go and have a look here. We need these anyway. We need the cement things. I have these many. Now you sell bitumen. But this is a cement. Open hull. Yeah, you use cars maybe. Bitumen. Okay. But the three of the cisterns, yes, 3 of the cement things. And over at the other end, if we move these over here, it will help. As you see, we are not going to import any more cement. It's not going to be any more cement bought here. Load vehicle heading to this building. What? Are you currently heading to this building? Really? It doesn't look like it. It's not going. It is at it's not heading here. Neither is this one. Here, cement. There are no covered hulls. I don't know how we bought those electrical components. Yes, of course, it was the accidental high voltage line, wasn't it? It might have been. Anyway, 2 cement mixers. Yes. And now, over here, at the magnificent cement factory. Yes, you're missing coal, and not for long. A train is coming. A train is coming, but yes, all of these. You get your cement here now. Load. Wait till loaded. Don't do silly things at the customs house. I hope that we don't get the queue of them and they space out reasonably. Yes, have you played this game before? Yes, one can always be hopeful, or at least pretend that it might happen. Right? You always have to pretend. Yes. This one also has new stop, load, wait, until loaded and remove de saliga. Yes, and do not unload. And this is the last one. Unload, no. Load, wait till loaded, not unload. Customs house. Remove customs house. That's all of them. Missing code, what's going on? Oh, you went, that was a really stupid place to go and refuel for you. You had plenty of chances, and what's going to happen now? You think, when you're going to go in here? You can't go in here, by the way, because there's only one track. There is only one track, I notice this now. How are you going to... Where are you going then? For a detour. Yes, you know what we can do? We can send the train the other way. This train, we can send it out. I suppose it's going around the lake. Or something. Yes. The 8th of January of 1990. Okay. We need more rail here. Definitely. We need 2 tracks. And there's an electrical wire here. That's going to cause problems. Building in the way. Building in the way. What building? It isn't a building, it is electrical wire. It overlaps. Yes, no matter what I do, it's going to overlap. Yes, cancel. What does this do? Let's see if the light goes out. It went out over there. Oh, that's the cement factory. That was just brought online for the first time ever. Yes, for about half a workday. Yes. Here, angle of connection is too sharp. Yes. It has to be. The line has to be drawn somewhere, you know. That thing is quite long in itself, so we can make this. We don't need to make it quite that long. It's enough here. That's not going to work. You're never going to be able to do this. No, you don't want to be doing the dangerous game crashy thing. Yes, this is simply too sharp of a thing. But this maybe, yes. There we go. That 450, really? No, that was also that bit, but that it doesn't matter. It's not connected to anything. Right here, rail construction office. Are you working on? Yes, you're working on something. Or maybe this. Have you already found it? Where is this? Yes, you have already found it. Excellent. And here comes the coal train already. Electricity we have back. Yes, you should get coal now. Yes. Very nice. Look at it. The cement plant is working. Finally, we have cement after all these years. Although we really need a whole lot more gravel than we do cement. Or than we do coal. Is it not so? Yes. And the gravel, why isn't the gravel... Isn't this working? You have not you have not thought this through. You know, you were sort of I think counting on having a train in there all the time, but that's not really happening, is it? No. It is not. We have gravel here, but you know we cannot go. Not impossible. It is impossible. You're missing gravel, but you have 30 tons of cement. I mean that's what we use in a year basically. More or less, isn't it? Economy and trade. Here, this domestic production, I think, last year. Consumption of resources. Cement. Okay, 237 tons. But we can make that in a couple of days here. And what do you bring? Alcohol. We're pretty stocked on that, you know. The gravel train is not going to be able to get in here. Should we send the coal train out or should we wait? I mean, here is the construction thing. It is arriving. And the gravel train is right behind it. Wonder what it will do. It's not going to be able to figure, or it's just going to stay here and wait, I suppose. As here, it ought to stay. It's a good thing that the construction train is ahead of it then. Because it is a slight chance it might work. It depends if it has enough, but yes, it certainly can do this bit in one go. I hope that the signal doesn't mess with it. Although it is red, which is a problem. I don't know how to get it other color, no. And also, if I mess with this, it might change. If I put a semaphore here, it may change this. No, you did the forbidden thing. God damn it, I saw it. Yes, I saw you. I mean, this time you were lucky and it was okay. But you cannot be doing that. No. Oh, you're going in. Yes, of course, it's green that way. Oh, you will have to wait now. Yes. That's your own fault for doing forbidden things. You see, what if there already was a train in here? What would you do then? Yes, here we have it. At the moment it's red. What are you going to do? Stand. Stay. Yes, and soon we'll have a great queue here, I think. Yes, we have a little bit of a queue already. Because it's a very, very slow-moving thing here. You're going back to the construction office with plenty of things. Okay, is the railroad complete? I doubt it. Actually, I don't see a railroad construction sign here. No, the railroad is finished. I don't believe it. But the railroad is actually finished. Yes, we should celebrate. I have already done a bit here. Yes, just one more. Be careful here. Do the right thing. Yes. I thought this moment would never come. That this railroad would be finished. Well, finished is a generous term. In this case. Yes, very generous term is what it is. Hold on. What are you going to do? You have to sneeze. If you have to sneeze, yeah. This is not a good idea. Other than that, it is something. Although this single track, it has to be broken off here somewhere. Yes, we were going to continue constructing things here. Here, for example, we could take off. Couldn't we? Yes, we could. A bit of a place for them to wait so the railroad isn't finished. No, not quite. But almost. Pretty much finished. That's enough. For now. For now. Yes, sure. For now. Railroad construction office, if you wouldn't mind helping out here a bit. Hello, yes. It's this way. This way. Yes, all over the place. Here it is. You have nothing to do. You thought you were finished. The railroad is never finished. And there's always more. I mean, this, for example, yes, and then you could get started on this bit. This is very important too. Yes, and you chosen the wrong track. Now that you've gone all the way, I suppose we could let you finish that bit. Yes, we wanted to do this bit too. This bit most of all, in fact. And this, how's this going? It's missing steel. It needs 60 tons, and it has. There's no steel coming for it. No sources without steel. We can fix that, we can work around it. Because, yes, hello, it's, there we go. We have quite a bit of steel. It makes it an even longer drive, but it's fine. Yes. Inkerstad train aggregate loading. That is so far away. But the railroad, it's going somewhere. And before you know it, this bit will be finished. Hello, where are you going? Kathinshad. Yes. You are here. Your destination is here. Yes, you teleported. You gave up on it. Good for you. Is this meat storage? No. Yes, it's missing steel. This too, but the steel we should have here should not be a problem. It isn't. Only the distance is a problem. But why is the vehicle industry eating up all steel? It shouldn't be. Granted, they both have 300 tons of storage each. Yes, both each, which accounts for something, filling them up. But wasn't that a while ago by now? Yes. I think it was a while ago. So it's a 20. Yes, the Soviet Union is dissolved. I don't know what's here. It's something. We still trade in rubles. They seem to be worth about the same as they was, steadily decreasing in value. But not at any quicker rate than they have always done. Meanwhile, at the food factory, it is going smooth and great, very good. And this is, as always, filled to the max. There's quite a bit of traffic here. What's this old thing? What are you doing? I mean, this really is not acceptable to have on the roads in 1992 doing actual work. No. You're assigned to distribution office. I think that you should be retired. Yes, you should, but I would like you to finish this round. Yeah, it can keep doing this. But maybe we should get you some better tankers. Yes, you have this and this one. Okay, this is a little bit better, I think. But you're not using it. It's finished. I don't know if this should get the privilege to be parked up at the place. No, it can. What's that? No. This building is not suitable. No, it's an oil thing. It needs to be a road vehicle depot such as that one. Should we replace it or no? But you had one here that you were not using. I think you're fine. Polochevo. Coal. You're hovering about there. 150 workers in the steel mill. This is more like it. This is what we like to see. I mean, at this rate, we might even fill up the train here eventually. Wonder how much you're going to Katzinstad. We have used quite a bit as building the thing. The cement factory. What's burning now? No, the nuclear reactor is on fire again. Hurry! God damn it! Yes, radiation is rising. Hurry! Oh, now it's jumping up. This is not good. You need to put out the fire here. It's there are fire trucks, yes. There are firefighters at the fire. Yes, fire was extinguished. But you see, this is terrible when this happens. This is the second fire, and this lasted a lot longer than the first one. This will take a year or two, at least a year, to die down. But no one's living here. I don't think it matters. But it's spread around quite a bit. It happens, I suppose. The radiation isn't that bad. If you want to see the radiation, we can have a look here. Yes, here it is now entirely. Yes, it is a very, very sharp line. But I think there's a max on how far this radiation business is going. It's a lot. Yes, cement. We have cement now. We don't quite have. We're not making it at the moment, and this is going to. You're going to have a bad time here, because it needs to get in, and for that to happen, you need to get out of the way, or you need to get out of the way. Someone needs to get out. You can get out of the way. They have a bit of coal. You can go for a ride here. I'm happy to see that the rail network so far handled the very long train. And it even, yes, it could even use this fuel station. That's good. Yes, you're gonna have to wait. Good train. And then you go out. Yes, you're a very long train. That's why you're taking your time with it. Yes, I think that this will resolve it eventually. This will allow the gravel train here to get in. That will allow them to make some more cement, and that in turn will allow this one through, and what's going on here? Why are you waiting here? This is not a good place to be waiting. No, it isn't. We could stand one more block here, but why? It's what it is. It is what it is. Yes, you think it will make it before this one? It's that semaphore. Oh, it's going to be. No, we are going to. Yes, we're going to make it. Just about. Yes. Because it isn't quick and it is not fast, good accelerating neither. It is. Yes, no, it isn't quick. It is very slow. But it doesn't matter because it's completely gunked up with trains here ahead, isn't it? No, they were quick about it. No, they didn't want to go in here. No, of course not. That's all the coal that you had in store. No, you cannot export cement. Okay, well that's it then. That's all we can do for now. We could put in a huge silo here, but yes, we could. Just because storage, cement silo. No, we couldn't because it's that way. So that's impossible. You'd have to track it back and forth if you'd want that. No, not going to do. Will suffice. There was not much left. Now, will this train clear the signal here for constructing this bit? No, not yet anyway. And here we have what could you the food train, I think, because there are 3 cars. Yes, you are the food train. You really don't need to be waiting here, but it's nothing. We can't do anything about that. And this is also. What is this? What have you done here? I will lay in some flexible railroad, I thought. Yes, it's a monstrosity. Congratulations. How many? 1 worker. That's why it's progressing very, very slowly. Is something the matter down here? Yes, there could well be a traffic incident. It happens. It might be, yes, 10 workers on board, 40 workers on board. Very good. Yes, and who knows what's been going on before here. Oh yes, we're building up on the gravel. Very good. Oh, that's right. We're going to need more hoppers because I'm going to need more than one gravel train, I realize, as it needs to be parked up here in order to make cement. Yes. So we go here and order a few more hoppers. You've gotten a bit on this. How many hoppers do you have here? None. One. Okay. Then we're gonna need more. And we could take delivery on two of these here locomotives. One of them at least. Yes. The other one will keep in brand new condition. I don't think they get irradiated here. No. The mechanical, they're doing slowly. It's what they're doing. You have. Yes, you're thinking of the wrong place. Here is where you want to look. Yes, no steel whatsoever. Absolutely none. At least you have, right? As you still have a bit. You're working on this. This railway crane is heading for it. These are hanging too low to the ground. I mean, yes, that train passing and touching that wire would mean it becomes a weld. Yes, all of it. Just one, and that's it. That's about the sound it would make as well. Not quite, but something like that. But you have a ways. You have a little bit of a ways to go. Yes, but eventually you'll get here. And you have come quite a bit away. Have you finished here? No, not that bit. You prioritized this one. I suppose that's fine. Oh, steel is arriving. Oh, finally. Still 28 tons of steel remaining. But it's the last phase of the construction. That's something. Did I not even have a road connection for this before? No, I had not connected that thing to a road. All right. Well, now we have mud road. It will be in at least until this is finished. Yes, was it August that we began, and so far we have finished the construction office and a few roads and nothing else really. Or is there anyone? There are very, very few people living here now. Yes. They are not keen on staying here. No, neither here, but here. Let's look at this then. How many people are still living in Inkista? 801. We've lost about 300 so far. What did we accomplish? Nothing. No, not nothing, but not a lot. No workers or mechanism. And that's the only problem now. And to get you going here with buses, Yes, you could be doing this. Click. Okay. That sounded dangerous or something. Yes, do this too. Source of workers is empty. Yes. We get you a little bit of a bus. Yes, I mean, here in the 90s, it's not that much good available. It's bus. The Chav B13, yes, that will do. And then for list of towns and all the map, and where could these Ansasino 3,800 but you don't have any adult children. Follow 9. None. No one is missing. Molna. Yes, it's Molna. Okay. Oops. From Molna, where do we take here? Yes. That will do. Sickness, you can't work due to... Oh, we need to increase staffing a bit. So some of Molna's finest out here. Yes. Oh, this is full already. Okay. What? You even managed to walk? You can walk here. But there is no steel, so it would be better if you didn't. Really. Would be. You wouldn't happen to have any steel coming. Actually, you are. From Katsincha. Good. Not many workers are going here, though. Maybe we don't need quite this many. It's alright, you know. 20, that's enough. Other people, go here, please. Yes, I saw one. More. That should kick this bus into life. That should kick this bus into life. Yes. And where did you go? Aggregate unloading. Perfect. This is what it is. If you're going to do it it's ridiculous. This I could just click a button here and have this done. But soon we'll have gravel on the train, I think. Soon is a very relative term. Here, what's going on? No workers or mechanism. In Vavkavysk. Yes, there are workers and mechanism here. Oh, you want to go home, but it's red. Why is it red? Because you haven't placed any signal here. I need that right now, at least. It's still red. Yes, you haven't placed one here neither. It doesn't help. Maybe there's a train in here. Yes. There's actually a train in there. That's why it's red. Yes, but are you really going? Yes, you're going this way. You're going to do this bit. Yes, this bit. Very nice. I don't suppose that we have any cement trucks coming to get our fantastic. I mean, no longer will we be using the inferior imported cement. Now we'll be using our own. They all have it in the route plan, but they're not coming. Should we send? We send one? We could. Where are you? Vavkavsk. We send you. Come. I wonder, though, by the way, wait a minute here. Wait a minute, we keep you around. And then we just go over here for a bit. The distribution office here. Yes, where are you? You're unloading concrete. Where are you getting your concrete from? Nowhere. Your cement, I mean. Yes, your cement. Where are you getting that from? Nowhere. You're not doing cement. No, you don't need to scroll that anymore. It's fine. I don't understand why this cement is so very volatile that it needs a special thing, you know. I mean, cement, you have it in a bag or on a larger scale, and you mix it with gravel and water, sort of gravel or stuff, yes, to make concrete. But you know, why you need this? I don't know. Well, it is on a larger scale. Yes, maybe I maybe should not be speculating and talk about things I don't know nothing about. But this, you know, you have. Do you know what luxury this is? You have paved road all the way. All the way. You can open her up here. Oh, that's a bit rough, though. That's. Except for that bit, that it's quite nice. That bridge. Right, so let's go back to the concrete plant. No, I'm not going to demolish the building. That would be a mistake. But here, concrete plant. No, gravel. This Vavkavsk. Yes, you selected the wrong one. This is the one. Cement plant is the one you want. Yes, that is a large, enormous thing. Oh, it's finished. Both trains are even in. Fantastic. Steel train is out. It unloaded quite a bit here. Yes, save some for Oskarshamn. We need those. No, they have enough. By the way, wait, don't. Make sure there's enough for everyone. Yes. I couldn't sort of transport people on train up to here to work, so I wouldn't need to exhaust the population. Because they get very unhappy very, very quickly, and not a whole lot of work gets done in the meantime. Not enough anyway. 2 workers here. Oh, right. Excellent. No. But it's going to have to be it. We have the cement plant up and running. Isn't that's something? That's pretty good. And all other things are running, of course, as usual. I wonder, bitumen is not filling up quickly here. Yes, it's because of the staffing situation here. We have it turned down very low. Chemicals. You use 6 tons of chemicals in the warehouse here for the first time ever, I think. That they have 74 tons of chemicals in total. We might finally be getting to grips with the chemical situation. It only took us about 15 years or so to get to that point. Plastics. What about it? Nothing. They can store or export it. It's good. Bitumen, we don't have that much actually. We sold a lot of it. Fuel is not something that we're lacking. No. Right. So this will be it. Yes, here. This will be it. Yes, Inkersta, to build that out at this pace is not going. I'm going to have to figure something out how to do this. Yes, I'm going to have to figure something out. Thank you so very much for watching, dear friends. Inkersta will be built. Good night.